Welcome to this part of God's creation that's now the U.S.-Mexico border. You know, one of the things that we ask folks is, how do we define borders? People come up with notions of, borders are places of division, of places of exclusion, and what we always say is, yes, those are things borders can be, but borders don't have to be that. Borders can also be places of encounter, and opportunity and hope.
Para el signo, queremos invitar a 3 personas del lado estadounidense a ponerse frente a este espejo.
Abraham gives the invitation to leave from your house, your country, your family, towards a place that is totally unknown.
And faith-wise, I couldn't always connect what my actions were with what my faith. It's almost like they existed in 2 different spaces. But then when I came here, I finally found a place where those things work together. And that was a really powerful thing that has continued to motivate me to now pursue ministry and go to seminary. I got to meet another story, or know another story about this place. And now it's been 10 years with leaving and going to seminary and all that stuff. And you were a big part of helping me learn about what is the story here on the borderlands.
The lifeblood of Frontera Cristo has been bringing together folks, and not just older folks, but also younger folks to be in ministry together. And so around 2006 is when the Young Adult Volunteer Program came to us and asked if we'd like to be a partner with them in what was going on in the Tucson Borderlands YAV program. And so beginning in 2006, we would on occasion several years receive young adults who would participate in our binational internship ministry. And now with your coming, it's kind of increasing that connection between the YAVs and the binational internship ministry that we've had.
When I went to seminary, I wanted to figure out how to do creative things within the church. And so 787 Collective, they had a position open, and we really started doing some larger projects and starting to incorporate the worlds of young adults in the borderlands, and with the 787 Collective, and what is the work that is could be done, what are the perspectives of young adults here. The Young Adult Volunteer Program is a service program within the Presbyterian Church USA, and it's an opportunity for young adults, years 18 years to 30 years, to go at one of the young adult volunteer sites. We are one of the sites here on the U.S.-Mexico border, and they come here to do a year of service, but also with serving and learning about a few core values, some which are simple living, faith in action, social justice, and how young adults can apply their faith and help them also vocationally for their future.
Buenas tardes, ¿cómo están? Bridget, ¿cómo estás?
This is really a place for the 787 Collective to create an opportunity. Yeah. This is such a beautiful space for a young adult project. And I think the 787 Collective allowed us to form that really rich experience. That work is both your work and community.
You talked about the importance of community, but then it was like not just community, it's like a family. There's like this family feel, and people are literally living together, like in the midst of this and working this out together. And then also there was this idea that it's like this acts of service, this volunteerism, like the way they're pouring their lives into this ministry. To them it was like, well, it's obvious, like that's just part of what it means to be a person of faith.
Pues fui invitada por parte del programa de los JAPS y en ese programa tenemos la oportunidad de trabajar en diferentes ministerios. Yo estoy trabajando en el Ministerio de Frontera de Cristo y este ministerio tiene 4 programas. Uno de ellos es el CRM, el Centro de Recursos para Migrantes. Entonces, al saber de las necesidades que hay en nuestro país sobre la situación migratoria, las personas en movilidad, yo tenía mucho interés por ayudar, pero no sabía cómo. Entonces, cuando escuché del programa de los SHAPS, dije, creo que este es el momento de no estudiar sobre la situación migratoria, no escuchar, sino realmente estar ahí, poder verles, poder escucharles, ayudarles, ver las necesidades y sobre todo poder impactar de manera personal. Entonces fue gracias al programa de los SHAPS que escuché sobre el trabajo en la zona fronteriza y decidí venir aquí un tiempo.
Rico, muy rico. Nos falta un plato. ¿Ah, un plato más? Son 2 platos y la docena. Ah, ok, entonces nos falta.
I was really impacted by the work of the church binationally and within the border. I think it's one of the most powerful places where the church can speak to, it can live into, and its faith. And so I want to help more young adults bring into this space just because it's been such a powerful place for my own faith. And so that's really, the whole idea really around the projects that we do is just bringing more young adults into this place to reflect on faith, to learn from the community here, and to learn about themselves.
Hola.
Entonces te presento a aquel.
Desde algunos casos que
Sí.
no podía comer. Aparte de nosotros estar siempre pues haciendo el voluntariado y estar conviviendo con los migrantes, parte de nuestras labores también es recibir a más voluntariados, a más personas que puedan venir a ayudar aquí, que puedan también tener la experiencia del servicio. Es un año de aprendizaje, sí, pero un año también que se requiere de mucho valor. Creo que la valentía es algo que nos lleva a descubrir muchas cosas que nosotros no imaginamos, porque es dejar cosas, dejar familia, dejar mi comodidad.
So there's been this ongoing question in our work of 787 of, are we really trying to save congregations? Or is 787 really about the ongoing exploration and spiritual formation of young people? And ultimately our answer is yes, it's both those things, right? Like we want to continue to work with congregations and not any specific denomination like you're saying, right? The church in general. And yet we're really passionate about making sure that we can really pour into and resource and empower young people to create their own space and to be generative and to have the confidence to go forth and to create, whether that's in congregations or beyond congregations, and then help link those back and say, look what happens, right? Look what happens when young adults have the freedom to go and be creative and be passionate about what they really love in life, what they're really called to, and taking those findings and learnings and taking it back to congregations.
This is one of our young adult volunteers, Anaí. And Anaí is gonna be just giving y'all a brief, talk about what it means to be a young adult volunteer.
Pues el programa de los JAPS fue quizás una oportunidad también de poder conocer otro contexto, pero ya un poco más profundo en el tema de migración. La justicia social y sobre todo la conciencia también, una conciencia quizás política, una conciencia de justicia, entre otras cosas más.
In summary, what she's saying is the importance of being politically conscious and be aware of what is happening so that we're conscious of our agency and the change that we can create on this land. Your reflection to the things that we've been talking about, it fills my heart with hope and joy. Younger generations like you don't need a whole lot of explanation. You have it already.
Crossing borders and knowing it, that is a spiritual Christian practice. I'm crossing this border because we will be changed together.